Rule number one to be a good finish for the mount: every time you go for a finish, you feel that your opponent is gonna reverse you out of the mount, you gotta let it go and keep the mount. Because if you lose the mount, you're gonna lose all the work that you had, and doesn't work let you guy out of your mount and get you guy in the guard again and restart everything from the beginning. So if you see that you are in danger, you're not in balance, you feel like he's gonna move away, let it go and restart again. Because the secret of a great finish from the mount is pressure. You cannot wait for the transition to sometimes catching or sometimes not. In the end of the day, keep the mount is very priceless for you that is fighting for this guy and get in the position. You don't want to lose that. You want to get a perfect record. You want to get a perfect and clean fight. So that's the kind of things we're gonna watch first. I got him in the mount. The first thing here is gonna define the style of mount that I want. The high mount means I'm pretty comfortable that even if he bridge, I'm able to move my hips up, bridge, and control him here. Okay? When I have the high mount, the best way to put your hands is on his wrist, because that's when you control, that's when you're able to get something going on here. If you go for the high mount and now you try to lock his head here, your body is too forward that allows him to bump and get you out of the mount. So when you realize that your knees are very high, your hips gotta move forward. I cannot have my hips bend and sit on him, because anything I do from here, he's gonna bump, boom. I'm gonna be out of the mount. So a high mount is very well chosen for when the guys are in mixed martial arts to deliver punches, because I raise my hips and I raise everything, and now even if he bumps, there is nothing here. I'm still here. I'm not moving my way forward. If I decide to move my way forward, that's when he's gonna hit, boom, and get the escape. So, if you decide for the high mount, make sure that your hips is high and your arms are here to control, boom, to get the arm to the side, and then to move forward in the transition. If you decide to stay in the middle range, that's when your hands gotta go to the ground, because you don't know yet what's gonna be the attack. You are kind of in the neutral zone. You are in the middle of your opponent. So your hands immediately go to the ground and wait for what he wants. What you don't want once your hands to the ground is get too close from his hands, where he can grab right away here and boom, just bump you over, boom, and get to the escape. So what you want is create an angle where for him to go there and reach, give you enough time to switch for the high mount, or to go lower with him, or to get in a different situation. So if you decide here, open your hands here, and then we go for the next move. Okay? And also we have the low mount, where we're gonna try to control. In the low mount, you don't want your foot on the ground. You want your foot high, because that's how we're gonna create the control in the legs. And from here, you're gonna try to reach the control of the head, what in my opinion is one of the safest control, when you have both hooks controlling the lower mount and you have a hand over his head and the other in the ground. This is one of the safest spot that you can hold him for a long time, and also is a great self-defense way to negotiate with him and see what he wants and kind of talk to him. So that's, and if he tries to bridge here, your hips is really massive amount of pressure on his hips, and it's really hard for him to get anything going on. So as soon as you mount, you decide high mount, high hips, body back here, hands here, and then we control to kind of get what we want. Middle mount or neutral mount, 45 degrees, hand on each side. That's your lateral control. Make sure you don't get close or he can get your hands. Get here. If you get in the control, lower mount, head control, then you talk, you're able to negotiate here. Or if he's in a competition, we're able to hold him and get to a position that we can start to progress for the subs that we have from here.